students. Today we are going to discuss the third type magnetic quantum number, which is indicated with ml. And generally magnetic quantum number proposed by Lande. It was proposed by Lande. Is proposed by magnetic quantum number Lande, and it is denoted by letter with what? ml. Remember, very important quantum number. This is the third type of quantum number. Magnetic quantum number is indicated with the ml. And what it explain? This quantum number explain about the orientation. It explains what it explains. It explains the orientation of orbitals. Means in the angular momentum quantum number, Sommerfeld considered elliptical orbits as subshell, but according to Lande, in the subshell, so some of the orbitals are oriented. So generally Lande has given the new word, that is what? That is the orbital. Orientation of orbital. In the orbitals, what are present? Orbitals లో మళ్ళీ ఏముంటాయి అంటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సబ్షెల్లో ఆర్బిటాల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆర్బిటాల్స్ లో మళ్ళీ ఏముంటాయి? ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి. Which was proposed by whom? Lande. It was proposed by Lande, and this magnetic quantum number, third type of magnetic quantum number, explain the orientation of orbitals. So how many orbitals are there? 4 types of orbitals. S orbital. So first type, S orbital is there. P orbital, D orbital, and F orbital. So how many orbitals are there? 4 orbitals. S orbital, P orbital, D orbital, F orbital. And what is the shape? What is the shape of S orbital? Means the circular shape. What is the shape of the S orbital? Circular shape. This is the shape of a S orbital. This is the shape of what? S orbital. And what about the P orbital? P orbital shape is dumbbell shape. Which shape? Dumbbell shape. So what is the P orbital shape? This is the dumbbell shape. And what about the D orbital? D orbital has double dumbbell shape. Double dumbbell means we have to take one dumbbell shape and we have to add one more dumbbell shape. How many dumbbell shapes are there? 1, 2. So that is what? Dumbbell shape. So D orbital have what? Which shape? Double dumbbell shape. And what about the F orbital? So that is what? 4-fold shape. What? 4-fold shape. So it is not important for the examination point of view. F orbital is not given in the examination, but so we need to remember this shape. So what is the shape here? This is the dumbbell shape. So what is the? This is the F orbital shape. This is the 4-fold shape. And what is the D orbital? Dumbbell shape. P orbital has dumbbell shape. D orbital double dumbbell, and S orbital have circular shape. You have to remember the shapes of each orbital. So observe here. So next is it has values from minus L to plus L. It has values from minus L to plus L, including 0. Including what? Including 0. Means what is the ml values? Ml values starts from minus and 0 and plus L. Very important. Remember here ml value. ml is nothing but what? Magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number exists from minus L to plus L, including 0, minus L, comma 0 plus L. These are the values of magnetic quantum number. So you have to remember what are the values of magnetic quantum number. So magnetic quantum number exists from minus L to plus L, including 0. So how can you write the magnetic quantum number? ML equal to minus L to plus L. So next very important point this is, so how can we calculate the number of orbitals? So to calculate the number of orbitals, so Landau given the formula for calculating the number of orbitals. So number of orbitals is calculated, number of orbitals present in subshell, so is given by 2L plus 1. This is the formula to calculate the number of orbitals present in a subshell. So this is the formula to calculate the number of orbitals present in a subshell, 2L plus 1. So let us calculate the by using 2L plus 1. So observe here, observe all of you. So next observe, by taking the formula here to calculate the number of orbitals, we can calculate by using this formula. What we can calculate? We can calculate the number of orbitals. We can calculate what? Number of orbitals. So let us suppose if L equal to 0, substitute the L value here in this formula to 0. L means what? 0 plus 1. 2 into 0 how much? 0. 0 plus 1 means 1. Means how many orbitals are there? 1 orbital. For L equal to 0 means which orbital? S subshell or S orbital we can consider. So we can consider S orbital, or else we can say this is what? Subshell, or else if you take subshell also. So how many orbitals are there? 1 orbital. For S orbital or S subshell, 1 orbital. 1 orbital means we can consider 1 box. So in this box we can consider what? Electrons. Next, if L equal to 1, L equal to 1 means what? That is what? P subshell. P subshell means you have to substitute the L equal to 1 in the formula 2L plus 1. 2L plus 1, substitute the formula. If 2L plus 1 means 2, L means instead of L we have to substitute 1, 2, L value is how much? 1 plus 1. How much? 2 ones are 2. 2 plus 1 how much? 3. How many orbitals are there? 3 orbitals. For which subshell? P subshell. So in the P subshell you have to take how many orbitals? 1. This is first orbital and this is second orbital. Second, and this is what? Third. 1, 2, 3. 3 orbitals. For which subshell? P subshell. For S subshell, 1 orbital. F subshell means what? L equal to 0. Substitute L equal to 0 in the 2L plus 1 formula. You will get 1 orbital. 1 orbital means 1 box. And if you substitute 1 value in the 2L plus 1 formula, you will get what? 3 orbitals. 3 orbitals means 3 box. Each box contains 2 electrons. So later we will discuss that one. And next, if you consider third situation, this is first situation, second situation, and third situation. In the third situation, if L equal to 2, consider L equal to 2. 2 means what? Which subshell? D subshell. Which subshell? D subshell. If L value is 2, that is what? That is the D subshell. So substitute the L equal to 2 in the formula 2L plus 1. Then 2L plus 1 becomes what? 2L. 2L means what? L value how to take 2. L value how to take in 2 plus 1. So 2 to the 4. 2 to the 4 plus 1 how much? 5. How many orbitals here? How many orbitals? 5 orbitals. In the D subshell, how many orbitals? 5 orbitals. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many orbitals we have to consider here? 5 orbitals. Observe here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how you got this 5 orbitals? Means by substituting L equal to 2 in the formula. L equal to 2 అనేది మనం 2L plus 1 ఫార్ములాలో మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు L దగ్గర మనం 2 రాయాలి. సో 2 to the 4, 4 plus 1 ఎంత వస్తుంది? 5. సో D సబ్షెల్ ఎన్ని ఆర్బిటాల్స్ వస్తూ ఉంటుంది? మనకు 5 ఆర్బిటాల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఒక్కొక్క ఆర్బిటాల్లో 2 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మనం ఫిల్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓవరాల్ అబౌట్ క్యాలిక్యులేటింగ్ ద నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్బిటాల్స్ in each subshell. Let us calculate this for F orbital if L equal to 3. Which subshell? That is F subshell. So substitute L value 3 in the formula. So you will get what? L value 3 substitute చేయండి. 2 of 3, 2 into 3 plus 1, 2 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 how much? 7. So how many number of orbitals we got? We got the 7 orbitals. So 7 orbitals present in which subshell? F subshell. Means we have to take how many boxes here? 7 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count the number of boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 orbitals. Each orbital consists 2 electrons. So we can later we will fill the electrons in the boxes. So remember, in the S subshell or S subshell, how many orbitals are there for the S subshell? S subshell means L value is 0. You have to consider S subshell means L value is 0. P subshell means L equal to 1. We have calculated and we got the 3 orbitals. If you substitute L equal to 2 in the formula, 2L plus 1, very important. You have to remember 2L plus 1 is used to calculate the number of orbitals, so which was given by Lande. So remember, so in the P subshell how many orbitals are there? So 3 orbitals. In the D subshell how many orbitals are there? 5 orbitals. In the F subshell we can get 7 orbitals. So this is overall about magnetic quantum number, and some more about information we will discuss in the next video. So magnetic quantum number, this is the introduction part about magnetic quantum number. So in next video we will calculate the number of electrons present in subshell by using the formula. So let us calculate the maximum number of electrons in orbitals, so which was given by Lande, 2 into 2L plus 1. This is the formula to calculate the number of electrons in orbitals. So let us calculate for S orbital. In S orbital we are calculating what? We are going to calculate number of electrons present in the orbital. S orbital లో ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మనం తీసుకోవాలో చూడండి ఇక్కడ. If we have to S orbital means what is the L value? L value is 0. సో ఈ L value 0 అనేది ఈ ఫార్ములాలో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. వెరీ ఈజీ. సో 2 into 2L, 2L, L is there. L దగ్గర ఏం చేయాలి? 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినాం ప్లస్ 1 is equals to 2 of 2 into 0, 0 plus 1. So 0 means we does not consider here. 2 ones are 2. How many electrons? 2 electrons present in S orbital. S orbital contains how many electrons? 2 electrons. We know very well S orbital means how many boxes we have to take? 1 box. Okay, 1 box. How many electrons? 2 electrons. Means we have to fill 2 electrons. One is upward and another one is downward. One is upward and another one is downward. So how many electrons? Electrons is represented with the arrow mark. Upward arrow is there and downward arrow is there. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. We will discuss later about the electrons here. So direction. But this is what? Electrons. How many electrons are there? 2 electrons. Box means what? Box means what? Box is nothing but indicates orbital, and whatever the arrows, this represent what? Electrons. Remember, very important. So electrons, both are electrons here. Direction is different, upward and downward. And what about this box? Box indicates what? Orbital. Box undante orbital unnatlu. Electrons arrow mark to indicate chestam. Okay, now let us discuss second orbital, that is what? P orbital. So let us calculate the number of electrons in the P orbital. So P orbital means we need to take, what is the value we have to take? L equal to 1. L equal to 1 అనేది ఫార్ములాలో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. We have to substitute the formula here. We have to substitute the L equal to 1 in the formula 2 of L value is 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. 2 1s are bracket lo chudandi, 2 1s are 2 plus 1. So 2 of 2 plus 1 how much? 3. Bracket means into is there. 2 into 3 how much? 6. How many electrons are present in the P orbital? P orbital in electrons untai 6 electrons. So by using what? L value we have substituted 1 in the formula, so we get 6 electrons. So P orbital means how many orbitals are there? P means 3. 1 2 2 3. 6 electron means each orbital 2 electrons, 2 electrons and 2 electrons. 1 2 3 orbitals. Each orbital contain how many electrons? 2 electrons. So this is what? P orbital. So P orbital in electrons untai. So how many electrons are there? 6 electrons. By using what? We can substitute L value 1 in the formula. So let us calculate the number of electrons in the D orbital. D orbital లో మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఇఫ్ L వాల్యూ అనేది ఎంత తీసుకోవాలి? 2. ఇఫ్ L వాల్యూ is 2. వాట్ అబౌట్ ద వాల్యూ హియర్? 2. సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ L వాల్యూ 2 ఆఫ్ 2. L దగ్గర 2 ఆల్రెడీ 2 ఉంది. L దగ్గర 2 తీసుకుంటున్నాం ప్లస్ 1. సో what you will get? 2 2 is 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. So 2 to the 4. 4 plus 1 how much? 5. So 2 of 5. 4 plus 1 how much? 5. So 2 5s are 10. How many electrons? 10 electrons. So this is what? 10 electrons. So 10 electrons means D orbital means how many boxes we have to take? 5 box. 1 2 3 4 5. Each orbital contains 2 electrons. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. How many electrons are present in D orbital? 10 electrons present in D orbital. And how many orbitals are there? 1 2 3 4 5. Each orbital contain how many electrons? 2 electrons. 2 5s are 10 electrons. So let us calculate for what? For F orbital. F orbital means we need to consider if L value is 3. Substitute L value is 3 in the formula. L value 3 is called 2 half. L value 3 consider ఇక్కడ 3 substitute చేయండి plus 2. L దగ్గర 3 substitute చేసినాం. Now 2 half. 2 into 3 6. 6 plus 2. 2 into 3 how much? 6. 6 plus 2 8. So 2 8s are 2 3s are 6. What is the formula here? 12 plus 1. 1 is there. So 2 3s are 7. This is what? 7. 2 7s are 14. So how many electrons? 14 electrons. So box. F orbital means how many box we have to draw here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Each box contains 2 electrons. 2 electrons. 2 7s how much? 2 7s are 14. 14 electrons present in f orbital. d orbital, how many electrons? 10 electrons. p orbital, how many electrons? How many electrons? So 6 electrons. And s orbital having how many electrons? 2 electrons. 2 electrons means only we have to take one box. 6 electrons means 3 orbitals we have to consider. Each orbital contains 2 electrons. 2 3s are 6. And if you observe 10 electrons in the d orbital, means 10 means we have to take how many orbitals? 5. 2 into 5, how much? 10 electrons. So for this here, so 7 orbitals you have to consider. Each orbital contains 2 electrons. 2 sevens are how much? 14 electrons present in the orbitals. So let us discuss the tabular form here. Very important table. You have to learn the table here. So we'll discuss the tabular form here. So you need to note down the table here. Shell means n we have to consider, and next to subshell. How to take subshell? Subshell means L we have to consider, and next to orbital, which orbital you are taking, and next is ml value. Ml value means minus L2 plus L. Here observe including 0. Including 0 is there. Next to n equal to 1. N equal to 1, let us consider. N equal to 1 means L value is how much? 0. N equal to 1 ఉన్నప్పుడు L value ఏముంటుంది? 0 ఉంటుంది. And which L equal to 0 means which orbital? S orbital or S subshell, we can say. And what are the values? ML value is here. S orbital means only one box. So what is the value for S orbital? 0. So this is the 0 value. So remember, for the S orbital, what is the ML value? ML value is, this is the ML value. ML value is how much? 0 for S orbital. What about the ML value? ML value is 0 because only one box. Only one box. Only one box means how many electrons? 2 electrons. So only one box means what? 0 value you have to consider. Then n equal to 2. Let us consider n equal to 2. L equal to 1. Which orbital? P orbital. For the P orbital, what are the values here? Remember here, minus 1, 0 plus 1, because p orbital, for the p orbital, how many boxes are there for the p orbital? S orbital means one box, p orbital means 3 boxes. 1 2 3, 3 boxes we have to consider. P orbitals and any boxes this call 1 2 3, 3 boxes. This is minus 1, 0 plus 1, minus 1, 0 plus 1. How many values for the p orbitals? ML values. So what about the minus 1, minus 0 plus 1? These are the ML values. These are the ML values for what? These are the ML values for what? P orbital. So p orbital. Next, so n equal to 3. N equal to 3 means L is equals to 2. L is equals to 2 means which orbital? D orbital. So d orbital means how many? D orbital, here consider the here d orbital we are going to consider. So we have to consider 1 2. D orbital means how many orbitals are there? 3 4 5 5 we have to consider. 1 2 3 4 5. Need to take here this one. So how many electrons are there? If you observe 5 boxes, means this is 0, this is what? 0, minus 1 and minus 2. On right hand side we have to take positive values, plus 1 plus 2. We need to take here this much is enough. So minus 2, 0, middle box is considered as 0, and this is what? Plus 1, and this is what? Plus 2, and this is what? Minus 1, and these are the minus 2. So each box is considered as ML value. So middle box is considered as 0, and these 2 boxes positive we have to take. These 2 boxes, each orbital you have to take minus. So minus 1, minus 2, left hand side, left side, and right side we have to take plus, and middle have to take 0 value. So how many values are for the ml values for s orbital -2, -1, middle value including 0, +1 and +2. Each orbital, this first orbital has taken as -2, second orbital considered as -1, and middle 0, and this one +1 and this one +2. These are the ml values. Each box has వాల్యూ, ఒక్కొక్క బాక్స్ ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. ఫస్ట్ బాక్స్కి -2, సెకండ్ బాక్స్కి -1, మిడిల్ ఉన్న బాక్స్కి 0, అండ్ దిస్ వన్ +1 అండ్ దిస్ వన్ +2. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.